I can read about planets. Now, we've been talking a little bit about space in class, and planets are the things that go around the sun. Used to be 9 of them, but Pluto's too small now, so they call it a dwarf planet. I can read about planets by Daryl Schechter and Thomas Padula. The word planet actually means wanderer. The ancient Greeks called the planets the wanderers because the planets change their position in the sky. They keep on moving. They keep on moving because planets go around the sun. The time it takes for a planet to go around the sun is 1 year for that planet, but it's not all the same amount of time. For example, on Earth, a year is 365 Earth days. But Jupiter only goes around the sun one time every 12 Earth years. And Uranus, it goes around the sun only one time every 84 Earth years. And look way out here at Neptune and Pluto. 248 Earth years it takes Pluto to travel around the sun. So each planet is found at a different distance from the sun, and this is why it takes each planet more time to get around the sun. The farther away it is, the more time it takes. Look at this. You know what it is? It is a telescope. A telescope is for seeing far, far, far out into space. Now, this telescope is what you call a satellite, and that means that people launched it into space in a rocket, and then while it was in space, it could take pictures of things far, far away, like distant galaxies. Astronomers, that's the people who study space, they found out a whole bunch of stuff about the planets and the stars. All stars are really suns, but they're far, far away, so they look tiny. Stars have their own light. They're constantly burning, and that makes light. Just like when it's dark and somebody lights a candle or a flashlight, that's making its own light. The suns or stars make their own light. Planets do not make light. They can only bounce light from the sun. For example, here's the sun, and you can see it shining right here, and that's light. But over here, that's the shadow because the sun is over there on the other side of the earth. Now, did you know that all planets go around the sun? But guess what? Some planets actually have things that go around them too. Moons. Moons are called natural satellites because no people put them there. So that's how they are. So you can see the moon has sunlight shining on it too. But not right here. That's a dark shadow. Here are the planets, and you can see the Sun and Mercury and Venus and Earth and Mars and Jupiter and Saturn and Uranus and Neptune. And the teensy weensy guy that's not a planet, the dwarf planet called Pluto. Now, if you're wondering how come Pluto isn't a planet anymore, because they found out when they started getting better telescopes that there's a whole bunch of planets just like Pluto way, way, way out in space. The planet closest to the sun, it's called Mercury. It's one of the smallest planets in our solar system, and it's only 36 million miles from the sun. That's not very far. It's super hot there. There are some things you like and some things you might not like. It only takes 88 days for Mercury to travel around the sun. So that means in one Earth year, Mercury has 4 years. Now, the hot side of Mercury is so hot that you could boil water on it or burn. The planet is so close to the sun, Mercury may become as hot as 648 degrees. That means you would instantly burst into flame. The planet after Mercury is Venus. It is about the same size as our Earth, and it's called a sister planet to Earth. It's covered with clouds, that are poisonous. People can't go to Venus and live there because the air is super yucky. It is poisonous for people to breathe. It's famous because it's brighter than any other planet, and it's even called the morning star because of that. Now, you know this guy, right? It's our Earth. You can see also it has a moon going around it. It's the third planet from the sun. As Earth goes around the sun, it's also spinning like a top. Earth is spinning on an imaginary line through the middle, and when the Earth goes around one time, that's one day. So, when the Earth goes around one time and one day happens, see, like it's light over here, and then it spins, and then it gets dark when it's here, and then it gets light again in the morning. When the Earth is going around the sun, it takes 1 year, 365 days to get around the sun. This is a kind of a tricky page that explains how the seasons happen. Fall and winter and spring and summer. They happen not because the earth is closer to the sun or something like that. It's because the earth is tilted a little bit sideways. So as the earth goes around the sun, sometimes more of the earth is exposed than other parts for longer periods of time. And that makes our seasons. Hey, look at that. It's the fourth planet from the sun, Mars. Mars is the only planet that we've actually explored extensively. It has the Mars rover and other new vehicles that have landed on Mars that drive around on it. It takes Mars 687 days to go around the sun. That's one Martian year. And look, Mars has two moons, Damon and Phobos. Now you're going to notice if you look carefully, they're not round like our moon. Not all moons are round. To be a moon, all you have to do is be going around the planet that you live at. And this is dun 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 Jupiter. Jupiter is called a gas giant. It has miles and miles and miles of gas, and in the middle there's a solid metal core. Look at those guys. You know what they are? They are terrible storms, and they've been going on this planet for a long, long time. And this storm is so big that, like I don't remember, a whole bunch of Earths could fit inside of that storm. That's crazy, huh? Saturn is the sixth planet. It's the second largest planet. Only Jupiter is larger. Saturn is 889 million miles from the sun. It is famous for its rocky and icy rings that go all the way around it. It also has a whole bunch of moons. I think it's like 13. It could be. Oh, I'm wrong. See, I was 10 off. It's 23 moons. Whoa. Its largest moon is called Titan, but you need a telescope to see it. Some of Saturn's moons are so small they can't be seen from Earth at all. Using the Hubble Space Telescope, scientists have found at least two new moons close to Saturn's surface. The closer they are, the. Oh, wait, it was next. Oh, the last three planets are very far from the Sun. They're so far away that no one can be exactly sure what they're really like. There is still much to be learned about them, and they are Uranus, Neptune, and dwarf planet Pluto. The seventh planet is called Uranus. It's over 1 million miles away from the sun. Oh, that's not a million. That's a billion. 1.1 billion 700 million. Uh, uh, far away. Next is Neptune. Uh, Neptune is also to be also a gas giant, and you can see there's one skinny ring. Rings often happen, they think, because maybe a moon got busted up by crashing into something else. And finally, there is the ninth planet, Pluto. Pluto is the farthest planet from the sun that we know of. It is more than 3.5 billion miles from the sun. Pluto has one moon named Charon. Wow, Pluto does have a moon. Huh. We can't be sure what lies beyond the edges of our solar system, but new discoveries are always being made using dun, 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 space satellites. And this is the Hubble Space Telescope, and it has solar power, and it can see things so far away that it's unimaginable. And in time to come, we'll learn more about the mysteries of outer space. Woo! Space is awesome, isn't it?